So in this video, I will be testing the differences between Sora 2 by OpenAI and VEO 3.1 by Google. These are currently the two most powerful video AI generation models. And these two are released so close to each other. Sora 2 by OpenAI was released on September 30th, and not even a month later, on October 15th, Google responded with VEO 3.1. So the competition is well and alive for who has the better video generation model. And in this video, we will figure that out. And in order to really be fair with these two, we're gonna be using the same prompts, images, and everything when it comes to creating videos with these models. So let's get started. So to start off, I'm going to explain how I'm going to be using Sora 2 and VEO 3. I'm going to be using them through this website called Higgsfield.ai. If you've never heard of Higgsfield.ai, well, you should, because it is amazing for all things when it comes to video creation and image creation with AI. This here is the website, and as you can see, there's a whole bunch of different things going on. The way I would simply describe Higgsfield is that it's an all-in-one workspace. And by that I mean is that you can access multiple AI models, including Sora 2 and VEO 3.1 through here. Here, if I hover over image, you will see Higgsfield, and then you get Nano Banana, Seedream, Wand, Flux, GPT Image, and Topaz. If I go to video, you will see here's Higgsfield, and then you get Sora 2, Google VEO 3, Wand, Kling, Minimax, and many more. And the benefit about this is that going on Higgsfield and paying for a subscription gives you access to everything under this one website, whereas if you pay for a subscription for each individual AI tool, then you'll probably spend more money, you have to make many more accounts, and all that annoying stuff. This just makes it simpler, easier, and honestly cheaper. And I highly recommend it. So if you want to go check it out, if you haven't already, I'm gonna have the link in the description to Higgsfield. All right, so getting back on topic with the video, first thing we're gonna do is head over to video here, click video, and it's gonna take us to the little dashboard where you can create videos. And the first thing I'm gonna do is lay out the key technical differences between Sora 2 and VEO 3.1. Here on Higgsfield, when you're on the video tab, you'll be able to see the model that you're using. Right now, we're on Sora 2. You would click it to change to any one of these. Here's Sora 2, and then there's Google VEO 3. And if you hover over Sora 2, you'll see all these different models that are available, but in this video, we're gonna be using the highest quality one for both. So for this, it would be Sora 2 Pro Max. So that's the one we're gonna click. And on Google VEO 3, it's gonna be the Google VEO 3.1, not the fast one, the regular one. So two differences that you can already see hovering over Sora 2 and Google VEO is that here on Sora 2 Pro Max, you will see that you get 4 to 12 seconds of video that you can create, whereas with VEO 3, you get only up to 8 seconds. And with Sora 2, if we click it here, you'll see you get the options of choosing 4 seconds, 8 seconds, and 12 seconds. So this is great because it gives you options of wanting to create short form or maybe a little longer form with your videos. And you also don't have to waste credits. If you don't want an 8-second video, you only want a 4-second, you don't have to waste that amount of credits. So it gives you more freedom in that sense in the length of your video. However, with Sora 2, it only lets you upload one image, whereas with VEO 3.1, you can put a start frame and an end frame. And this gives you more creative freedom when it comes to your video to come out exactly how you want it. So for example, if I want to start with my video with me here, and then I want to make sure that it ends with me out the window, well, we can do that. With Sora 2, you would have to really prompt it correctly in order to get that done. Also, another note, with Sora 2, when you try to upload an image, you get this little caution notice saying human faces not supported. You can't use human faces as input images. Try using copyright-free characters, products, or other objects instead. With VEO 3, you do not get that same notice. But you're probably asking yourself, but I see all these viral videos of Sora 2 where it shows people's faces and their likeness. How are they doing that then if it's not allowed on here? Well, the reason for that is two things. One, when it comes to creating humans and people, you can only do that through a prompt. You can't have an image input of someone's face. The only way you can do that is through Sora 2's app, where you can create all the videos and then use these cameos. Like there's Jake Paul and then a whole bunch of other people who gave permission to use their likeness. And you can also give permission to use yourself as well. But yeah, with Sora 2, you can only make people based on prompts, whereas with VEO 3, you can use images of a face and it'll make a video on it. VEO 3 also has multi-shot mode, which if turned on, it will split your prompt into scenes and adds camera cuts. Here's an example I made with my own self playing poker. I uploaded one image of me playing poker, and yet it still created a video with multiple scenes and angles like a movie. That's what the multi-shot mode does. Next, we're gonna compare the credit usage, which it tells you right here at the bottom how many credits you're gonna use. So with VEO 3.1, it would use usually 150 credits. Right now it's using 58 because it's newer, as well as that's the offer that Higgsfield is running right now. It's on a discount. Same thing was like with Sora 2. When it first came out, you were able to generate things for free for a while. But usually it's 150 credits with the 1080p quality. It doesn't matter what the aspect ratio is. Even with multi-shot mode off or on, it's the same. And now on Sora 2, with the same 8-second duration like VEO 3 and the 1080p resolution, it would be 104 credits. However, here, of course, you don't get the start to end image, as well as you don't get the multi-shot mode. And just to see, if we were to put Sora 2 at 12 seconds, it would be 153 credits, and at 4 seconds, it would be 54 credits. But now it is time to put them both to the test and see which is better. So I asked ChatGPT to create me the prompts, and once again, the reason I'm doing this is because I'm going to be using the same prompts and images when I input them into the video models, so that there's no bias, there's no that, oh, this image was better produced than this one, and that's why this one came out better. But no, we're going to be using the same images and prompts. But first, I actually just came up with an idea. I would like to test out a prompt with no image input. I want to see what each one creates with just text alone. And once again, I asked ChatGPT, and this is the prompt it gave me. A man in the dark trench coat walks alone in a rainy city street at night, blah, 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 blah. We're gonna put this prompt into both Sora 2 and VEO 3. By the way, when I say VEO 3, I mean 3.1. I'm just not gonna say the 0.1 every single time. Copy this prompt, go back to Higgsfield, and first I'm gonna test out Sora 2 Pro Max. And to keep it fair in terms of the length of the video, I'm going to put Sora 2 at 8 seconds because VEO 3, as we know, is only 8 seconds. And we're gonna put the resolution at 1080p. As I said, we're using the most expensive model for each one of these, as well as the best resolution and all of it. So we're gonna put the prompt in here. Bam. And while that one is in progress, we're gonna go ahead and start generating the VEO 3 one. Right here, the prompt stays the same. And for now, I will turn off multi-shot mode just once again to keep it fair. But here we go, 1080p, 16:9, and we're gonna go ahead and generate it. All right, so they both finished. This one here at the bottom is the Sora 2 one. This one right here at the top is the VEO 3 one. And just a note, no hate, even though I started the Sora 2 one first, somehow the VEO 3 one finished quicker. And it's still, even after the VEO 3 one finished, it took like 2 minutes for the Sora 2 one to finish. But let's go ahead, put this full screen and watch. The first one we're gonna watch is Sora 2 one. So right off the bat, what I did not like is that it's supposed to be raining, and you can see the rain here in the background that for some reason turns into like fog here later on in the video, as well as here at the beginning, there's rain on the guy, but here closer to the camera, there's not really any rain falling on him, well, when you can see it in the background, and then it turns into mist or whatever. So that's something I don't like about the video. The movement of the video though is good and everything like that, but overall the video was not that interesting to me, to be honest. And now here, let's watch the VEO 3 one. So off the rip already, this one was way better. The quality of the rain, the person's face, the lighting, everything just seemed so much better in my opinion. And also, to me, it just created a much more engaging video. This to me was much more cinematic and appealing to the eye. But now we're gonna go ahead and start inputting images to these models to create videos. So I asked Chat to give me different styles of prompts and images to make. So here we have an animated one, an IRL one that's realistic, creative, a face upload prompt, and a couple others. I'm probably not gonna do all of them, but I will do a good amount. So first thing we're gonna do is head over to the image tab up here, and it's gonna be exactly the same thing as the video one, except for images. You get to choose what image model you wanna use, the aspect ratio, and all of that. Now, usually I enjoy using Nano Banana. However, Nano Banana is a Google product, and I feel there's gonna be some sort of bias when using Nano Banana in VEO 3. So to avoid that bias, I'm gonna be using Seed Dream. But the first one we're gonna start with is the animated prompt. And I read through it earlier, and it didn't really make what I wanted. When I asked for animated, I meant like a cartoon, like a Pixar movie. So I asked it to create it again down here, and now this is sounding a lot more like what I wanted. A small cartoon robot wakes up in a colorful meadow at sunrise, Pixar style 3D animation in the style of WALL-E and Big Hero 6. I'm gonna leave that part out just so it doesn't make like characters from those movies, just in case, but I'm gonna just take this part of the prompt, copy it, paste it right here, And thankfully, with Higgsfield, Seed Dream gives you unlimited generations for images, so you don't use any credits. But we're gonna go ahead and generate this image and see what it creates. We're leaving it at 16:9 aspect ratio, so once again, we can make the videos in that way as well. So it made the images, and the reason I made 2 more is because the first one it literally made Wall-E. So I asked it again, and it made these 2 right here. It made this one really cute, and then it also made this one really nice. Out of these 2, I'm gonna go ahead with this one because it's more focused on the robot, and this one over here is a little further away, and he has an eyelid that looks kind of humanistic. So I'm gonna get rid of that one, and I'm gonna use this one to create the video. So from this image, you can simply just go ahead and click video right here, and it'll take you to the video dashboard. So once again, with this one, I'm gonna generate both first and then show you guys after what it looks like. And for VEO 3, even though you could add an end frame, I'm not gonna be doing it for this because Sora 2 can't do it. And once again, I wanna keep it fair. All right, so they both finished. Bottom one is VEO 3, top one is Sora 2. And once again, VEO 3 was much faster at finishing. Even though I started first, it wasn't that much later that I created the Sora 2 one, and it took about another 3 to 5 minutes for the Sora 2 one to finish after the VEO 3 one. But whatever, let's go ahead and watch this VEO 3 one first and see what it made. That was really good. I love the movement of the robot. Everything felt super good and smooth. The way he got up, it was really cool. Let's watch that again. Oh yeah, so nice. The way the eyes move, it was really good. Now, let's see the Sora 2 one. All right, and play.
Whoa, it's so bright.
And you notice right away, the way the robot got up was not smooth at all. Look at this. He like floats, and he's also talking. I never put quotations of him to say anything, but Sora 2 made him talk. But out of these 2, once again, the one I like better was VEO 3. All right, so now on to the next example. We're gonna go ahead and do this IRL prompt, which is like a realistic prompt. So we're gonna go ahead, copy this, go back to Higgsfield, make sure Seed Dream is selected, 16:9, paste it in there, and create the image. Alrighty, so I asked it to make the image 4 times because it's unlimited, it's free, so why not? And these are the ones it made. So there's 1, here's 2, 3, and 4. And out of all of these, my favorite one is this one right here. So that's the one I'm gonna go with. We're gonna go ahead and hit the video button again. We will be back again once this is done. All right, so they finished. Well, one finished, the VEO 3 one. The reason is because Sora 2 was unable to make this. And the reason it was unable to make this is because it used a person's face. Even though this is an AI generated guy, like I didn't use any image input to create him. It was just from a prompt. Sora 2 thinks they can't use it because it might be a real person or look like a real person. So that kind of sucks. So we don't get a Sora 2 video for this one. But let's see what VEO 3 created anyway. So let's go ahead and watch this. Yep, and that looked good to me. That was really good. It looked like a cinematic shot from a movie. All right, so moving on, we're going to the creative/surreal prompt, and we're gonna generate a couple, once again, to get the best one. All right, so it's finished. These are the images it created, and out of all of these, I like this last one right here because it actually has scientists in the background. None of the other had any scientists. However, I hope this is not an issue for Sora 2 again, because, you know, of the people, but their faces are blurred, they're in the background, so maybe not. So yep, I tried twice, and twice it told me sensitive content, you can't make this. So we're going back to image, and we're gonna just choose one of these that have just a banana. So I'm gonna go with this one. And as for the prompt, I'm gonna get rid of the scientist observing a banana. But we're gonna go ahead and generate that one, and then go to Google VEO and generate again, and we will be back. All right, so the VEO 3 one finished, and it's been over probably like 5 minutes now that the Sora 2 one still isn't done. So I'm not making this up when I say the VEO 3 one is finishing faster. It is just finishing faster, way faster every single time. The Sora 2 one, there we go. It finally loaded. All right, so first let's watch the VEO 3 one. Here we go.
Super cool cinematic. It zooms in and everything. Got the detail.
Super cool cinematic. It zooms in and everything. Got the detail on the banana. Really cool cinematic. That was nice. And now the Sora 2 one.
Rotation
Let's see.
stabilized. Surface integrity scans highlight minute abrasions and pore structure. Even at this scale, the cellular...
You seeing this? I thought the cinematic was cool. I don't know why the guy is talking. Once again, I'm not putting any quotations to signal the AI to make a video that has speech in it. And then it just gets blurry here. All right, so now moving on to the next one, which is the face upload prompt. We're skipping that because we already know it's not gonna work for Sora. So skipping that one and going to the real world motion. And I'm just gonna go straight into the videos. I'm no longer gonna show like creating the images and then choosing VEO 3 and Sora 2, blah, blah, blah. I'm just gonna show the end result of this. So right now we're on the real world motion and we're gonna cut to when the videos are done. Alright, so this is going to be the end of this comparison video. Alright y'all, so this is me in the future. I just came back to try and play around with Sora 2 more because I felt like I was doing something wrong. The videos weren't coming out the way I thought they would. Because going on their app and seeing how good and realistic the videos are, as well as just creating my own videos on the app, it just comes out so much better. I mean, look at the vast difference. Here's a video I made of a guy going into a house made of boogers, and then here I made a video of Kobe Bryant dunking in space, and it looks absolutely amazing. As well as here's a doorbell camera video that I made on Higgs field with a simple prompt, and it came out just like all the viral videos do. Very good for realism as well as viral content, where VEO 3 seems to be better for cinematic detailed stuff. But back to the end of the video. We went through multiple different styles of prompts, used the same prompt for both VEO 3 as well as Sora 2, and we saw what it created. And also from what I've seen is that it's free to create videos on the Sora 2 app, so you can create any videos you want on the app itself. But yeah, it's cool to see the competition between OpenAI and Google. They seem to be going at it when it comes to creating the AI stuff, and it's going to be interesting to see how they keep progressing and how they keep making new things and who comes out on top as the king of all the AI stuff. But either way, if you guys are interested in more videos like this about AI tools for business, that's what I post on here, so hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of that. But also let me know your opinions about Sora 2 and VEO 3. If you're someone that has used either or, what do you think about it? What is your opinion? Do you like Sora 2 better, VEO 3 better? I'm interested to hear what you guys say in the comments.